Hello, 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 hello. Let's go. What's up, guys? Y'all have to pardon the mess a little bit. I am um, refactoring my office. So I want to show you guys what I'm building. So I have this idea for like a full-scale native PHP app where it's the client. It's this is what I mean by full scale. It's the client. It's the right now it's a menu bar application, but it's also a website slash API server that allows us to synchronize data between people running the app, which I think is I mean that's the beauty of Laravel, right? That's what it's best at. But I want to make sure you guys can hear me, you can see me. I see, looks like there's just one person in there right now. Can you hear me okay? Thanks, Jordan. I was checking it on my phone. It sounded all right on my phone, but I'll turn up the mic a little bit. Let me know if that's okay. Hey, Jordan. How you doing, bud? It's going to be kind of weird to show this, too, because, well, let me just show my screen, and I'll keep an eye on the chat. So if you guys can't hear me, can't see me, whatever, if the like the screen's too small or the words are too small, whatever. That seems like the wrong screen. Actually, it's the right screen, but it seems old. 1 second here. It's the other screen. Weird. I'll turn it up a little bit more. Check, check. That should be good. All right, so this is my first time streaming, so go get a coffee or something. As long as you guys are seeing what I see, it looks like it's like this YouTube broadcast setup thing, right? But that's not actually on my screen right now, so I'm trying to figure out. That's on another screen completely. So let me try something. Ooh, trippy. Hey, I think I got it. It's kind of weird. All right, let me turn this one off. All right, I think you guys can see this now. I don't have to zoom out a bit so you guys can see everything I'm working on here. So I've got two apps side by side here, two Laravel applications. I'll make it better. Don't worry. Do you guys see the two apps kind of side by side? Should be. Should be. Yeah, I have a scene switcher. I don't know why. It had the right desk, but it was showing like old content that was on my desk when I first started the stream. So I just like added a new. This is like my desk one scene. I got two monitors going here. But for whatever reason, it was showing like old data. So cool. Let's get into it for a minute. I'm actually having an issue. So I'm like yeah, I may as well share this with whoever wants to see and see if there's a something stupid I'm doing, right? Um, on my X, Twitter, whatever bio, I'm an extroverted developer, and I sit here alone all the time, and it's like, God, I need some people. So here we go. So here's the app, right? Let's PHP Artisan Native Serve. PA is my alias, and um, we have this app, and it's called just Daily To Dos, and it's like a to dos app with a twist. Like I said, it's not just to dos locally. We also have like there's an API server slash Jetstream app, Laravel app that's running that we're communicating back and forth to. So anybody on my team using an API key, which I have set here, then we can see what other people are to doing as well. So I've got like this other user, and he's got like all these other things, that he's doing. So that's kind of the goal. What I'm trying to figure out right now is, so I'll show you around the app just a little bit here. So the one on the left, this is my obviously, because you saw me run native serve. This is my my app, right? The native PHP app. I'm using Livewire 3. I'm using obviously Tailwind. I'm using I think that's it. I didn't go with like Folio or Volt at all for this. So if you take a look at my web.php, I've got a couple routes here. So this is my index. And on my index right now, I have it so that I call this sync team method. So team is not a model. Team is like a HTTP client, right? So I've just got like, I just established the client, and then I've got this get and post like private functions, and then I can run these functions against that, right? So I've got sync team, which is like, it's just calling get, returning the body, and JSON decoding that, and then posting to do, so I'm getting all my to dos. So this is like synchronizing everything. On the server side is there's a couple things going on here, and I can show you like the app itself. It's just Jetstream though. It's not anything, too abnormal from that, but I'll show you where I'm stuck. So when I post to this to-dos, right, which is here, and I'm sending all the data through, I hit this to-do controller, and I'm just trying to log out anything. And in my Laravel log, I'm not getting anything, which is kind of strange. So that's where I want to start. That's kind of where I want to. That's where I'm like stuck, and I'm like, maybe somebody else can come in and tell me it's something stupid. And I probably could figure this out, but I figured I'd share it with everybody. So, and then continuing on beyond that, we're just doing like a update or create. I have a UUID on each of the to-dos inside of the client. And so that's passed up so that we can make sure that we're getting some uniques here. There's probably a better way to do that, but I think that works pretty good. We're storing the user's ID. That's the auth ID. So we're using Sanctum, which comes with Jetstream and API tokens. And I'll just show you the app real quick. So yeah, pretty basic, pretty simple. Let me pull up OBS because I move things around. This doesn't work. I just made this like this list, right? So, and this is why I know it's not hitting that logger statement, because it should be updating my to-dos here. So when it hits that API endpoint, we're passing all the to-dos of the person that's from the application, and storing it in the database on this server. Which should then update all of this. And I can show you the blade for that, but it's just for each, authenticated user's to-dos, then display the to-dos. So my authenticated user has like all these to-dos. I just made a whole bunch of them, but it's not synchronizing. So that's what we're gonna figure out. I have also, where is it? I have, always on top on, so that this is like always on top while I'm working on it. I might take that off. I'm not sure yet because of the stream, but we'll see. Is it here? Nope. Here? Yep. All right. All right. So, and this is like, there's like team settings, and you can create a new team, blah, blah, blah. It's the same stuff, right? So, and I think it's kind of cool. I can do all this stuff. This should work. This kind of will test the, if I go into my team, yeah, so that's updating just fine. So there's communication between the client and the server, which is great. Let me undo that. Cool. But for whatever reason, this part isn't working yet. If you see the answer, shout it out, because I want to fix this and move on with the next thing. All right, so let's trace this through, right? So this sync team gets called, and my wife's talking in the back, so this is the luxuries of working from home. Let's see, we'll go into index, and we're calling this sync team, and that's just doing this. So let's just check this out. And if I refresh this, we should see, all right, so that is pulling back, that is synchronizing. Maybe I'm calling the wrong method there, actually. So sync team, I really want to be doing this. Oh, I had it like that before, actually. So I wanted to post this to-dos, or this post to-dos, when synchronizing. So like every time the index page pops up, we're sending off everything, and that's going to make sure that there's uniques inside of the database there, and then we're pulling back everything from the team, which might be overkill. We might just need to do that on the team page, and I think that's kind of how I had it, but then I saw that there was a problem, and yeah, whatever. So there's that. So I wonder if that just fixed it. So let's go to my logger and see if it in fact, aha, cool. Hey, I just fixed it. Let me go to the dashboard and see. All right, so we've got format on string. So let's, oh, I know why that is. I've got this completed at, and it's not, I don't have it set as a date time. All right, so, and to explain this, let me clear out my logs instead of just assuming everybody knows everything that I know. On my server, I have a to-do model, and part of the data that's coming through here, and I think I am using local data. Yeah. All right. So I have this completed at column, which is a date time, but I'm not telling Laravel that this is a date time column, so it's treating this as a string, and which means that it's like you can't call format on a string, right? So let's cast it. So we'll say protected casts, and that is completed at, and we'll call that a date time. That type ahead, by the way, I believe is from the, what's it called? Laravel IDE helper. I forget what it's called. Pretty cool thing though. I don't use it as much as like you could use it probably, but yeah. All right, so that should be working now. Let's check it out again. Aha, there we go. Now we have this Boolean also of currently working on, so that should have synchronized as well. I didn't have it in there before. I had to add the migration so that it's part of the, I had to add the migration so that it was in the database so that we could show it in the blade. And so where is that? Dashboard. I think it's here. And we'll do like, all right, is it? It's a Boolean, so currently working on. And for now, we'll just put like, yep. And if not, then we'll put nothing. I'll use like Heroicons and put like a star there or something, just like I have it in the app. So this should work. Let's fire that up. didn't work. All right, so let's make sure that that's actually going into the database. None of them are being worked on actively, so that makes sense. That makes sense. So let's do take out the trash is the active one. Now when that updates, I don't think that it just synchronized the data. So let's come back here. Yeah, so let's make sure that that's like pushing the data up. So inside of my to-dos index, I have complete sync current. All right, so what this is doing is it sets everything to false and then it just updates this single one and then we're refreshing the model. Let's also do, we can bring in, actually I could set, instead of bringing team in here, I could do public team, and then I could say this team equals team, and I could use this team here, and then I have access to this team, and I could do sync team when we're doing that. Also, when you're marking something complete, that should also, like, we should synchronize all that. Delete, all that stuff. And that's a different thing. So we have to figure that out at some point. But when you delete, we want to send that up to the server so that it gets deleted off the server, I think. Come on. All right, so now let's cool. Where's that at? I just realized that the camera's not on. There we go. Shrink it down a little bit. All right, so I've got an error here, and it might be because it's trying to cast this. So let me undo that actually. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll just do public team. And then we can do this team. See if that works. Huh, interesting. Interesting. All right, well, not sure why that's doing that. If you know why that's giving me an error. So this team, again, it's not a model, it's just a class called team, right? And I'm just trying to set this, like having a public property called team so that I can access that in other methods. Let's see, so let's do, we can inherit it here, team, and then we can say team sync team. Let's refresh that. All right, so now this one is, that should have done that. Let's see. All right, so why didn't that work? Let's click this one and refresh that. That should have moved it up. All right, let's check the database. Maybe I got something typed wrong here. Refresh the database. Oh, okay. Let's make sure we're passing it through. So maybe we need to refresh this actually before. sync team. Let's just die and dump this, and we'll see if one of these should be currently working on is true. Would have been easier if I would have noted which one it was. It's gotta be one of these. Well, that could be why, but that wouldn't make any sense. There it is. All right, so it's this ID of 5, it's this 623C, all right, whatever. All right, so it is passing that up. So on the controller, let's, when we post this, let's die and dump this actually, so we can see. Actually, that wouldn't be it, because that doesn't include the, oh, it does include the to-dos, and it was 7. I don't know if it's the same number here. No, it's not it. It's probably a better way of tracing this through, but all right, so let's do this. Jason, what's up, bud? I didn't see it on there. Can you hear me okay? I know I've got like users dropping off and stuff. I'm probably talking to myself for most of the time, but hey, I'm having fun. That's all that matters, right? I'm building this app thing and I'm having an issue. So I've got like a native PHP menu bar application and it's posting data to a server, and I'm trying to see, like, some of that data is not getting in there right now. So I'm trying to figure that out. Basically, we're looking at this to do currently working on. Let me just like make sure that's in there. I always forget that. Is it in there? Currently working on is in there. Make sure it's spelled right. Actually, I know that it's not that because it's not even popping up in the database, the server database. So let's see. Let's check out the post to-dos function in my API. Still a little quiet. You got it, man. Ain't to please. I can turn it up here. Check, check, check. I'm not trying to talk louder or move the mic because it's sensitive. I've got another mic coming today, and I've got like one of those podcasting booms, you know? So it'll be a lot better. But I don't have that now. So, and again, working from home. My wife might come in here and say she's leaving anytime soon, you know? All right, to-dos. So when we post a to-do, and that's what we're looking at here, it's the same thing. Let's log out this request to-dos. Let's do print bar request to-dos true and refresh it. Part of the left side of my screen is up. Yeah, it's because the reason why is because I've got kind of a bigger monitor, higher resolution, and it's people complain on the videos that they can't see the text, and I want to be able to show both sides of this. And it's not really imperative that you see my you know, directories structure over here. So I've got it kind of zoomed in so you can see the code, which is more important, I think. So let's do that. Let's log that out and check the logger. All right, cool. Let's shrink that down. I'm going to take that off actually. All right, so that is storing that. So maybe that is storing that. So ID of 5, well, it's receiving it. I don't know if it's storing it. It's not storing it. ID of 5. which doesn't actually seem right. So let me see. So this is the UUID is AEABD ends in. That's not even the right one. So that's interesting. Why is that? It's got the ID. Oh, that's the ID that I'm bringing in. I don't want that though. Okay, so when I post data, I don't want to pass the ID because that could be tripping things up on here. That shouldn't. I don't think it should actually. Let's do this. This is it's not completed. It's the only one that's like that. It is ASD. Let's make sure that is right with this. There's a couple ASDs here. So let's do one it is that. So let's do it's take out the trash. All right, and that should have just posted again. And let's see. Yes, all right, so that just posted and it is take out the trash. And currently working on, so let's just like log out for each one of these. We'll log out. There is one that's here, okay. And I don't think it's on the model. I think, yeah, I've only got the ID is protected, so why isn't it storing that? Is there like a typo somewhere? You guys see it? One moment. All right, sorry about that. When duty calls, why isn't currently working on getting set? Is it not is it not the right type? Let's do this. Currently working on as a Boolean. Update or create. And let's make sure that's right? Anybody that might know, this should be, like when you do update or create, it takes two arrays, and the first array is like what you're looking up to see if it needs updating, right? Oh, maybe that's why. Let me look at that function. You know what? I know that Jason Beggs just did or not just, but did a tutorial on Laravel News for this right here. Update or create. All right, attempts to find a model matching, which is what I want. Matching the constraints passed in the first parameter. If a matching model is found, it will update the match of the attributes passed in the second one. If not, then it gets created. That's what I want. So I'm looking it up by the UUID and updating it with any of this data. right? Yeah, it makes sense to me. All right, so let's do this. Let's go back to my log. Let's delete that. Let's refresh this. This one is a yes. All right, so why isn't that getting updated? I don't know if Jason's still here. He would know this for sure. Let's like log out. Do I have a fillable? It's guarded. The only thing that's guarded is the ID. Okay. I think I spelled something wrong. Currently work on. I knew it was something stupid. Wow. So is that what I've got in my database? Currently work on. Let's update that. Hello. We can actually just roll this back. And PHP artisan migrate rollback. And let's call this working on. Cool. Now it should work. Let's check this out. We'll refresh this and we should see, yes. All right, perfect. So yeah, I guess not a lot of people on right now, probably working, makes sense. So I'm gonna stop the stream now. Thank you for everybody that's checked this out. That's how you debug things sometimes. There's probably more eloquent, no pun intended, ways to doing that. So yeah, I'm putting together this series. It should be coming out this weekend, and I'm gonna show an end-to-end like client application along with a server application that's sending data back and forth. And I think the coolest thing is like passing in your API key and checking out other people and what they're working on, etc. I'm gonna try to get like either Pusher or WebSockets in, Laravel WebSockets from Marcel, and try to get like a nudge or something like that, so it pops up a notification on the other person's app, and yeah, I think it'd be cool. So stay tuned. Thank you guys for checking it out. I'll check you guys later. If you have any questions, I'll be on X/Twitter. How long are we gonna, I don't know, is it Twitter? Is it X? Do we just convert to X? If I say, you know, I'm talking on my X, like my wife will get like, what, who the heck is, you know what I mean? Like, when do we stop calling it Twitter? Do we stop calling it Twitter? Leave some comments. I don't know. Let me know. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. I'll talk to you later.